Good morning, YouTube. Today is Tuesday, October 17th, officially fall in my neck of the woods. How you boys doing today?
What's up? Good morning.
Anthony.
All right, Anthony's 3 cups of coffee deep.
That's good. That's good stuff.
It's good. There's still no foliage in your backyard, huh? How are we looking on those leaves? When do we expect peak color change?
Probably by Halloween.
Oh, how that long?
It's probably by Halloween, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Got some leaves falling, not a lot, which I'm very happy about because I got to pick those up. So we'll wait.
Here's the problem, man. If they're not falling yet, it gets a little bit colder every week. It'll be snow, leaves.
That's that. No, I'll be indoors for that. So yeah, we're gonna relocate.
Hey,
definitely.
Speaking of big yard guys, with the ride and tractor, you got leaves at your house, Thomas?
So my neighbor graciously chopped down our tree. Like, didn't chop it down, but cut all the branches off, so it looks like a little stick now, and all the leaves came off with it. So I mean, he had that done 2 weeks ago, right before any fell. So it's pretty nice.
I keep hearing this rumor that a new series is going to come out. Tommy Burko Putt and Talk. You got that fancy putting green in your backyard. I thought we're going to get some afternoon putts and Tommy Burko thoughts. Is that coming soon?
Yeah. So I actually met with my producer last week on that, and we talked through some ideas. We went through our camera and our setup and what we need to do to make it a highly sought after production.
I mean, do you think 15-footer? I mean, we got 5 shots at 15 feet. I mean, you can make a 15-footer, right?
Yeah. We're going to do some of that. Also, I might do a little bit of chipping. We're going to chat through a few different loan topics. I think this is what the fans have been waiting for and wanting. Absolutely.
So Golf Pro Tom, if you don't use them for mortgages, but you're looking to fix your short game, give him a shout. He can definitely help you.
Yeah. I mean, if you want a driving lesson, you might want to go to a pro, but I could definitely help you fix your short game.
Yep. I mean, and what's better distraction than trying to chip with Bell attacking you? I mean, if you can do it with Bell, you can do it on the golf course.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. So getting into it today, I think the last couple of weeks, everyone in the real estate world has kind of been shook by all this news. I don't know how much it's going to affect us locally, but with NAR and the National Association of Realtors and lawsuits with brokerages, it sounds like real estate commissions might be changing a little bit. In the current structure, the seller pretty much pays all of the commission for the buyer's agent and the listing agent, where it now sounds like that may change, where the buyer may be negotiating with their own agent on their commission. And that's kind of a pretty big change because as of right now, the normal world is 3% commission for each side, I would say. And now it just really looks like that might be coming more negotiable if the buyer is picking up their sides of the commission. Now, of course, on our sides of things, we see buyers every day that are, the world is tough. Buyers are putting together enough funds just to close. So if they're going to be adding in real estate commission, that worries us on the mortgage side for sure, because Anth, I don't know about you, but I doubt if this changes, you're going to allow to increase the purchase price just to cover some sort of commission.
Yeah, I don't know how well that would work. I mean, because same thing with seller's assistance. I mean, there's not value given to seller's assistance. So it's got to be based on comparables and sales and things of that nature when it comes to the appraisal. But just increasing the purchase price to cover commissions it may work in some cases depending on the property and the area, but it's not going to work all the time.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, of course, it's really early. I don't even know if it will affect us here as much in Pennsylvania or in Pittsburgh, because it seems like our local MLSs have always allowed some of the things they're making a big deal about. To my understanding, you've always been allowed to put 0% commission if you wanted to. You can pay buyer's commission if you wanted to. I think the biggest thing from these national lawsuits is that in other parts of the country, you were allowed to search by commission in the MLS. So here they end up doing an audit of the MLSs. And what would you know? The most popular searches were by the amount of commission. So agents were only searching by what they were getting paid in lieu of showing buyers every house they should be showing them. That's a no-no. That's going to get you in trouble. And now you're probably going to be an over-regulated industry, AKA the mortgage industry from 2008. Look what they came in and did to loan officers after 2008 in the mortgage industry, when loan officers were getting out of control and doing things they shouldn't. And now it looks like in parts of the country, real estate agents were looking at only their pocketbook and not doing things the best for their public and their clients. And now it could come back and hurt them. Luckily that no one in Pennsylvania or the Pittsburgh area that we work with would ever do anything like that. And everyone's showing houses normally. But definitely it's an active scenario. There's active lawsuits going on. And of course, when this is in the news, the public will hear about it. The public will start asking questions. And as soon as they start hearing negotiation and commission and things like that, Tom, I think there's going to be some interesting conversations with buyers agents and buyers in the next year or so.
Yeah, I think it could cause a big issue for a lot of buyers in our area around here if it does go into effect. We're seeing over the last 6 months, I know, and you guys can attest to this as well, we're seeing a ton of buyers that are barely having enough cash to close. So I really see this affecting more of the lower priced homes than the higher priced homes. It seems like most of those higher priced homes right now are going with at least 20% down, and there's some cash to close to make a move around for them to pay some commission in that regards. But as we start approaching down 200, 250,000, those buyers are usually doing 5% down, barely have enough funds to close. It is an issue if you're going to ask them to pay 10, 15,000 in commission, because I'm not sure where they're going to come up with it. But I'm also sure that they'll figure out another regulation that.
Right. And of course, we're still speculating. We have no idea how this would even happen if it ended up becoming more normal kind of in our market, but it has to be talked about. I mean, when it's a front page story and you're hearing about these major brokerages potentially leaving national realtor associations or having lawsuits or things of that nature, you have to talk about it, and we have to be aware. Now, Anthony, I know you brought up yesterday, again, big time hypothetical. Loan officers are paid commission, real estate agents are paid commission. Some loan officers want to take way more commission than other loan officers. In the mortgage world, the loan officer commission is pretty much in the interest rate. So I don't know, agents that like to use outside lenders that want to be that big guy walking around making all that money, pretty much that is your buyer paying a higher interest rate for that agent or that loan officer to make more money. So here's my theory. In the future, if buyers have to pay their own commission, we might need to package this up, mortgage and real estate together, right, Anth? And somehow, if you do mortgage and real estate together and West Penn Financial's taking just that little bit, that means when you package it, the real estate agent can keep more for themselves. But if you're using that loan officer that's taking that big old piece, it's probably going to cut into your commission as well, huh?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, ultimately, every lender is going to, pay their loan officers differently, and ultimately, the higher the loan officer makes, the more the interest rate is increased as well to cover that cost. So, it's definitely going to be, interesting how this all plays out. But I mean, that's a portion of why we always say get a second look, because, unless somebody tells you, you don't know. So. If you don't look at it, you don't know either.
And
so
you have to get a loan estimate. Stop getting some baloney piece of paper that's a cost estimate. If it does not say loan estimate, it's not good enough. I keep getting these 2-1 buy down estimates that shows the interest rate as 5%, but it doesn't break it down for the full term. And everyone knows that 5% is just for 1 year. And somehow I got loan officers showing estimates showing just 5%, not 6% for the next year or 7% for the 27 years after that. And buyers have no idea. A loan estimate isn't just a term. A loan estimate is an official document that the CFPB says we have to give. I'm sick of this, guys. It's crazy. And then I got buyers saying, hey, well, this lender will give this or that. I don't do gimmicks. We do mortgages. If you want a gimmick, go to your gimmick guy. If it's too good to be true, guess what? It's too good to be true. But if some lender's giving you the world for some crazy low rate, I don't know. It's not going to happen.
I mean, when it's all said and done, I mean, banks aren't in business not to make money or give it away. So, I mean, if somebody's given a sweetheart deal that nobody else can offer, there's a reason. It's built somewhere. So, but get at least something. Have them write it on paper. All right, because there's some lenders that don't provide any estimate until they get an offer acceptance. And I don't understand how buyers are able to responsibly know that they could buy a house without at least understanding the costs that are associated when it comes to closing and monthly payment. So get something.
Or you'll get someone that say, hey, Ryan, I'm competing and they're giving me a rate of 4.5. And you're like, well, that's not possible. That rate doesn't exist. And then 3 days later, they call you back and say, oh, you know what? That was a 3-1 arm. Duh. Guess what I do every day for my life? Mortgages, interest rates. We know what the rates are. Not all rates exist. It's like sometimes it's laughable. Maybe we should just start laughing at people. I don't know. But if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. That's how I got to end you today. Hope you boys do well. See you Friday and stay warm.
See you guys.
Later.